It's episode 1249, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, is Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
Derek is off this week. And joining us from LA, it's artist, producer, mogul, Marty.
What up?
What's Derek doing today, Emily?
You know, he was really secretive when he said he would need this week and possibly next week off. And I asked follow-up questions because unlike men, I ask follow-up questions when my friends tell me plans. And he was still pretty vague about it. So,
well, I know the week after that we're in Guatemala, and the week after that we're in Montana. So it's interesting. I wonder what he's doing.
He's working on
to
some
Guatemala.
secret project, maybe. I don't know.
He said he was going. He told me that he was going to Turkey to do something. I don't remember what it was. He's going to Turkey for some surgery. I don't remember exactly.
I hope he shows up with an incredible new toupee.
A 48-hour trip to Turkey.
Have you guys, or maybe it's just because Instagram knows our demographic information and knows that we are people of a certain age, but I get served a lot of weird turkey before and after videos these days on Instagram. I'll be honest, well, it's partly my fault because I watch them all and I'm fascinated.
That's
by
your
that whole
fault. Like
culture.
I don't see those. I can't think of the last one I saw.
But I've seen some go wrong. I will say that.
How could it go wrong? They go too far down on the forehead? What?
Well, maybe it's because I'm getting extra deep dive turkey hair implant because I've got a lot of like beard. I've graduated from leg extensions and hair implants to beard implants now.
Beard implants. Whoa.
And some of those have gone awry, according to my videos.
Why would you do beard implants?
Okay, but again, how are they going? Like, is it too much, too patchy? What is it?
Well,
the wrong kind of hair. It's like real smooth and
that's
flowy.
what I was thinking.
It's the pattern.
It's wavy.
Okay.
It's the pattern.
It's the pattern. Like on a head, you just start plucking them. I assuming you're just kind of just going, crazy coverage.
They call it cornrows for a reason. It's like,
For a beard, if it looks too sequential, it doesn't quite look right. What I've seen,
you've got a pixelated face. Is what you're
exactly
saying.
what I've seen is like it's too precise. Like you grow the hair out, you're not going to be able to tell. Like if you shaved one of those Turkish heads, you could probably tell. Like that looks pretty precise, But when some people want that 5 o'clock shadow thing, again, this is according to the Instagram reels. I haven't really actually done any real research. But from what I've observed, that's where they tend to go sideways, is when you try to get the 5 o'clock shadow thing. There's been some results that I've seen people have been displeased with. But we'll know when Derek comes back.
I was about to say.
I remember when I was in barber school when I was younger, my barber looking at my head and be like, "You will never go bald. You are the hairiest person for me." I was like, he's like, "Where's your dad from?" I'm like, "My dad's Puerto Rican." He's like, my grandfather's Italian. And I remember, because they say it comes from your mom's dad. Like
but it's not accurate because me and my brother, I got my mom's and he got my dad's. And so...
Yeah, my grandfather had thick hair since he was even like in his 80s and 90s. He was slicking back his hair like it was like Robert De Niro in Godfather. But then I have a cousin of mine, when he was 18, he lost all his hair. Like 18-year-old. So it's like the luck of the draw.
Can I just say, okay, can I give a woman's perspective on this?
Please.
If you are balding, I will say just go ahead and like shave your head. Like don't
do the Vin Diesel.
Yeah, like holding on to the like little hairs you have and like the balding look.
Do the Derek White, the Boston Celtics guard Derek White. He was getting mocked for the thinningness.
Yeah,
and so he just fully went skin bald.
Or head to turkey. Head to turkey. Just
head
stop
to turkey,
at the sideburns. Don't go any lower on the face because that's where I've seen it go sideways. From what I've seen is they've really found a pretty great industry here because these like hospitals or whatever they're hair transplant facilities, they look like spas and hotels. They look like Vegas, the lobby of a Vegas hotel. From the videos I've seen.
It looks like a good weekend, like
I know.
It's a full package. They give you the airfare, the hotel, the food, everything. Now that's how they sell it. I know people who have got their hair done, and that's how they sell it now.
Okay, those people, does it look good, Marty?
Looks honest. I'm not even playing around with you. And we can cut it if we want because I could tell you who it was. But I have a couple people that I know who got it, and it looks. You would never know. You would never know.
See, and that's the goal. Yeah.
I'll just say it, guys. It was Chris Tomlin. I'm just kidding. No, it's not.
Did you see this week, like John Cena said that he got bullied into getting the procedure?
Really?
Because he was out there wrestling and fans were pointing out his bald spot in the back. And he went and got the procedure because fans were mocking him.
You got to be a pretty bold fan to bully John Cena.
I know, right?
He doesn't. It just goes to show you words can hurt, even a tough exterior like John Cena.
Okay, I have to pull us out of this ditch because I made promises about this episode. So we posted
this ditch.
We posted about the gorilla theories that we exhaustively fine-tuned last week.
That we solved.
The gorilla strategies. Yeah, fighting 100 men. We posted that, and there were two comments that stood out to me. One said, "It felt like a Boys Are Back in Town episode. Poor Emily." That was one of the comments. And then the other person that I noticed said, "I know it was a silly argument, but that was the most boring episode ever." And I said to this person, "We're sorry. We'll do better next time." And then we opened the show with 10 minutes of hair transplant talk. So I apologize to those listeners.
And I don't apologize.
I would like to address him. I apologize. I apologize for nothing. What do you think podcasting is? Okay. There's some guy right now on a plane to Turkey. And he's looking at beard pictures right now, scrolling. He can't wait. Yeah. And he's hearing this. He's like, maybe I should just stick with the head. Maybe I should just stick with the top of the head.
Stop at the sideburns.
We're doing, someone a favor. So if there's a skip 30-second button for podcasts on purpose.
Although on I was in a meeting a couple of days ago, and the person was like, "Hey, I checked out your podcast," and like for the first time they're looking, and they found an episode with a guest that they wanted to hear. And they go, "I listened to the so-and-so episode." And I was like, "Oh yeah, what'd you think?" And he goes, "I didn't realize they wouldn't show up for the first 45 minutes. So I was like, "That's our show." And I apologize. Yes. So if you're tuning in just for the guest, fast forward way more than the 10-second button or 30-second button.
Or stick around.
Are we going to ask Mike Foster on his thoughts on beard implants in Turkish beard, because that is the subject of today's interview, Turkish beard implants. Yeah.
He would help you figure out what happened in your childhood that gave you the insecurity that made you think you had to fly to Turkey to do that. He would help you heal the inner wound.
Can we
help John Cena?
Yeah, I think we need to get John Cena on with Mike Foster and talk about why he's so susceptible to bullying.
Can we talk about your hair loss?
This is one of the most admired male individuals on, at one point, John Cena was like the most famous athlete globally, because...
Is that true?
Yeah, he has done more Make-A-Wish Foundation than any, and been the most requested as well. Wow, there's a lot of things that he just...
And some minor physical imperfection drove him to alter his body because of insecurities. Mike, what's going on here, man? Let's get John Cena on right now. Yeah.
So you want to do a therapy session of Mike Foster with John Cena, and we're just listening in?
That's right.
That's a great episode.
I would occasionally, if I felt like it was not getting emotional enough, I would occasionally make fun of John Cena for his male pattern baldness, just to open that wound, pick that scab a little, so that
literally
Mike can dig in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're joking, but John Cena does follow us on Twitter, so we could just DM him and ask him if he wants a therapy session.
Don't tell him any of this. Just get him though.
Don't tell him what we're doing.
Cena.
We'll just spring Mike Foster on.
I love John Cena. Yeah.
Hey, John, welcome to the pod. Real quick, your therapist will be in one sec to talk about this.
We're actually going to dip out.
Yeah.
This is for you.
We're going to all go on mute in 3, 2, 1.
But we will be staring at you the entire time.
2, 1. Why do you cry about your baldness? Go.
When did it hurt the most? Okay. WrestleMania. Okay.
He's shockingly small. You know this, right? Like John Cena.
Okay. Why are we lying on the podcast?
Listen, last night I'm watching playoff basketball and I watched Inside the NBA. And at the end of the episode at like 1:10 in the morning, they brought out John Cena to promote the new season of The Peacemakers coming back this fall or whatever, his TV show. And so he was on with the guys. And so it was Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, and Shaq all standing, and John Cena standing. And I'm not going to compare John Cena to Shaq. Obviously, Shaq's a superhuman. But I think Ernie Johnson was taller than John Cena. Like, he just looked tiny standing there with those 4 other men. That's all I'm saying.
I think he's 5'10".
So he's 6'1".
See, 5'10". And I think Ernie is like 6'1".
No, John Cena's 6'1".
Yeah, right.
He looks small.
The internet would never lie to me.
I'm looking at it right now.
Listen, the internet has Cole Anthony, Magic player Cole Anthony, listed at 6'3", and I am eye to eye with that guy. Like, there's zero chance. They do this. John Cena needs to be 6'2", 6'3", but he's 5'10", 5'11". There's no chance.
He has to be 5'11", I thought.
Seems to be doing okay. I was gonna say, what he seems like he's doing just fine, you know?
His body is so muscular. I doubt he could tie his shoes.
Wasn't he
you know what I mean?
G.I. Joe?
Like, you can't fold an action figure all the way over because the muscles.
He is he's very big dude. Like, you can't reach anything in his back, so he has to.
We got to be nice. He's never going to come on the show now.
He's got all kinds of problems we just will never be able to relate to.
Mike Foster, here's the list. Go down the list.
Maybe he comes on to defend his height. That's how we get him on the show.
So when we're doing like the chapter breakdowns for this episode, it's Turkish beard implants.
Yes.
John Cena, physical imperfection insecurities.
Yes.
Mike Foster, celebrity therapy sessions. And then somehow we circle back to the beard implants again. All right, we're off to a good start. Yeah.
All right, well, moving the show along, we have Mike Foster coming up. We actually do have Mike Foster. He's not joined by anybody. We wanted to schedule Mike because, like, last week was so silly. Not that Gracie was silly, but, you know, whatever. We're like, hey, let's get a little substance going on. And I'll tell you this, Mike Foster's book, which we'll talk about, is one of the most impactful therapy realizations. You know, it's like the Enneagram or other things that just kind of open your eyes, like, oh, I didn't see things that way. Mike has that gift of helping you see patterns in your life through a lens that you didn't realize. He's totally impacted my life. We've published him for years. He's a great friend, and we're excited to have him on the show today. Also, at the end of the show, we have One Has to Go. I love it. And coming up next, it's Relevant Buzz. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. All right, it's time for Relevant Buzz. Tell us what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture this week, Emily.
Okay, the first thing I want to discuss is a pretty notable event that took place in California this past Saturday. A record 7,751 people got baptized on the coast of Huntington Beach for what organizers are calling the largest single-day baptism event in American history.
Whenever we get press releases like this or whatever, I've been around the block a few times. I'm very skeptical, at the hypey publicity nature of these things, but this was really cool. And it's a lot of churches. Mm-hmm. It's all the churches in Southern California, like all the different denominations. So it's a lot of the ones that we know, like Rick Warren and Chad Veach and Benjamin
Fearless,
Houston.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of those, but a lot of Baptist churches, a lot of small liturgical churches, they all came together and had this big baptism event. And there was speaking, there was worship on the beach. It was a beautiful thing. The photos are incredible.
Yeah. And it's really cool because it did start organically. Like this happened actually in 2023. Churches just in Southern California came together for this big baptism event. They did it again last year and it grew. They did it again this year with over 300 churches all across the state of California coming for this. So it's just really cool to see the entire state come together for
That is cool.
something as
I've
powerful
been seeing
as this.
advertisements for it everywhere too. Like one of my neighbors, when I walk by his house with my dog, when I'm walking him, it'll be like Baptized California, or it'll be like, he always advertises his church, but I've been seeing it everywhere. Baptized. I mean, obviously I live right next to Huntington Beach and in Newport, like I'm right in that area.
Yeah.
But I mean, every church that I follow, they all went. And I love the fact that the unity is there, right? Like I've never seen churches do anything together, but this they did together.
Yeah, it's like all sizes churches, all different denominations. Like it wasn't just for like one specific kind. It was like just the entire capital C church coming together.
My church here, I live in a beach community, and so we do beach baptisms, but it's always a big turnout, and there's always people that are just like hanging out that day that decide they want to get baptized. Like there's something kind of cool about it.
Mm-hmm.
We did do in the winter, we did a traditional baptism, but there's no baptismal tank in the church, and they brought in like a tub, right?
Yeah.
This is why we went back to ocean only. They brought in a tub, and they had like a device that you put in there that would heat the water so it wasn't too cold for the people, because right in front. And like literally like during the sermon, like steam was coming off the tub. One of the pastors went to reach their hand in there and it scalded them. They overheated the tub, and someone had to go to 7-Eleven during the sermon and get ice. And right in front of everybody. There's no hiding it. It was all debacle.
Oh, so it was in the front of the sanctuary. It wasn't like in the lobby or outside.
This was a tub that was brought in for this. There was no.
That's amazing. Above ground pool.
We decided ocean only from here because we're not going to overheat the tub again. It just caused too much of a distraction. Everyone was preoccupied the entire sermon by what was happening. How could you not be?
I would imagine the pastor screaming, like just while the other pastor's speaking, and then one of the leaders puts his hand in his. Everyone's like,
"We got a hot pot. We got a crock pot up there boiling."
Somebody just throws a big bag of crawdads in there.
Yeah,
New plan, everybody. We're gonna have a
Hey guys, does anybody like pasta? We're gonna make some pasta.
You're just looking at the converts and like their t-shirts, just sweating it literally because they're that close proximity to that steam bath. Ocean only from here.
My old church in Texas, we were meeting in a school for a little while, and we did the hot tub baptisms. And the first time we did it was in the gym.
Hot tub baptisms?
Well, it was just like a portable hot tub,
hot tubs.
That's
what it was.
This was like a trough. Ours was
like a trough. You're talking. Your church would bring in hot tubs?
I mean, it was like an inflatable portable hot tub situation. I feel like that's not crazy.
Yeah, I
you
feel
guys
like I know what you're saying. No, you're good. I think it's
an inflatable hot tub.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not just like a little pool, but like a hot tub.
And I know they have those because I got one for my son. He can go in the water too.
That's an inflatable pool, like a splash pool.
No, this was like a hot tub. Like I could literally sit in it and you only see my head.
Almost like those cryo portable like ice bath things.
Sure, but big enough for a few people to be in it.
And they're hard. The plastic's different.
I just Googled inflatable hot tubs, and I'm about to make a purchase. These look sweet.
Yeah, I'm telling you. No. The plastics, like an inflatable pool is like soft plastic. This one is usually like hard.
Yeah.
And you could lean back in it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, no, it was great. Highly recommend it. Anyways, the first time we did it though was in the gymnasium where we would normally have services, and the way that we would get into, you were kind of on the side, and then you'd walk into it, and we had a few people getting baptized that day.
Are they round? Was it round? I'm seeing round ones.
Yeah, okay. It was round.
Got it.
After probably the second person, it started getting so slippery because we didn't have the towel situation figured out exactly. And so someone almost on their way to get baptized almost busted it. It was I remember it being kind of like a comic cartoon where you're trying to catch your feet. They did catch themselves and they made it into the tub. And then I think one of the volunteers came and just put a bunch of towels down to like walk a path. But
I mean, but if you're gonna bust it, that's where you want to, because you can get prayed for healing while you're getting dipped. So it's
you're going to want to blow out an ACL anywhere.
That's where, walking into a baptismal tub is where you want to do it. Yeah.
It was really funny though, because I ended up baptizing someone that day, and while we're in,
you ordained? Are you authorized to do that?
Yes.
Priesthood of believers.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, I am qualified to do that. I have done it before, so I hope it counted.
It didn't take.
It didn't take. But anyways, while we're sitting in there, like the pastor's, I can't remember, he was saying something or something was happening while like we're sitting in there, like, and then we're in there for a while. And so then we just started talking and giggling about the fact that we're in a hot tub. Like it just was so funny to us. And then we realized everyone is staring at us as we're sitting in this hot tub getting baptized.
Yeah. And you are qualified to do this. Okay,
and I am qualified.
Got
yes.
it. Okay. All right.
Okay. Moving on. I do want to talk about The Chosen because it is officially a box office success thanks to the latest season, which just wrapped up in theaters. As y'all know, back in like 2023, the series started releasing their new seasons in theaters before it came to streaming. And over the past 3 years, the show has brought in nearly $140 million in worldwide theater revenue.
Just at the box office, which is like found money, because it's like it was made for television, and they were just like, well, let's just stick it in the theaters for a couple weeks.
Very smart.
And they made $140 million back.
Yeah, and $60 million of that came just from this year, this season 5 that just came out.
Huge success. Good
Huge success, and it really is crazy considering the first season came about through crowdfunding, and so to see kind of their trajectory, they've still got 2 more seasons to go. I have a feeling season 6 is going to be even more of a box office success because it's finally going to be the crucifixion. That feels like a pretty notable moment to go see in theaters.
Don't spoil it. Just kidding.
Sorry, spoiler alert. But if you didn't catch it in theaters, you can catch up on it next month when it hits Amazon Prime on June 15th.
Do they also do House of David? Is that also the same company?
No.
That was Wonder. That's
one of them got purchased by Prime, right?
Well, so Wonder Project is a studio that they do have a deal with Amazon Prime. They're developing faith content, but The Chosen also worked out a deal earlier this year
with Amazon Prime. Yeah, they both. That's why that's why they seem like they're connected. And then because they're both on Prime, Prime was like, "Hey guys, cross promote." And so then there was a lot of like they joined forces kind of a thing.
Well, both of them have such good quality. Both of them are incredible. Like House of David was absolutely phenomenal. The Chosen's phenomenal. Like The Chosen's one of those things where like kind of reconnected my faith in a different way. Being in California, really, it's been so difficult for me to find a church and to find something that is close. I have a son; he's a NICU baby, so he's a little smaller. I don't want to bring him to. I just don't know if the kid's hair is good. So, like, trying to find any grasping at straws when it comes to either night service or just trying to find some type of like faith to stir me up. Oddly enough, The Chosen, the David, all these programming have like. Me and my family, we have reconnected to God in a really cool way because of it. So I love it. I really do appreciate these things.
Yeah. That Southern California baptism thing yesterday, Emily was like, "Hey, I should ask Marty if his church participated." And I go, I think he hasn't found one that he loves yet.
We still go to Mosaic. Yeah, we still go to Mosaic because Mosaic has like night services. And usually my mother-in-law would watch our son, so we could go. It's just hard to go to church when you have to like take your baby with you. They put you in like a room where it's like you're watching a screen, and it's like I could just go home at this point. Like my TV, and I could have popcorn at my house while watching this if I do it. So.
I remember back in the 90s, my church had a cry room in the back, and it was at the back of the sanctuary, and it was a glass window, and the mothers could go in there, and they could hear the sermon, they could see it through the window, and then the kids could scream their heads off.
The number could flash 61, and you're like, "That's my kid. My kid is crying right now."
The number, I forgot about the numbers.
61. Oh, he's crying.
It was a little shameful. Especially when the kid was a little older and they were in Sunday school and just being disruptive. And you're like, that kid's like 8. Why is his number up there? Oh,
yeah. Did you guys have a thing? Mine, I went AG, so like the kids would be in the service through worship, and then at the end of worship, when they would transition to like announcements and things like that, they would dismiss the kids to go up to kids' church,
and they would be so loud on the
and
way out.
I just remember like walking down the aisle, like cock of the walk, like getting all the attention. I love that.
High-fiving. Yeah,
I love dismissal.
I felt like John Cena at WWE. You know,
little bald spot in the back, a little insecure, but you know,
just running down there. Marty, you said something there that, I've never thought about this before. You mentioned the popcorn, okay? How you could go home and have popcorn.
Of course, that's what you would
What
grab
is the
onto.
why not? Why not have a popcorn machine or some soft pretzels or something
I have
to pass
popcorn
out before
machine.
the sermon? I honestly think it would enhance the experience.
The smell enough.
Do you want
The smell
popcorn at
enough.
9 a.m.?
Yeah, I do.
Listen, if before the sermon starts, they're like, "Hey, greet your neighbor," or pop out of the popcorn, one of the 4 popcorn machines around the room.
Those
grab
poor
a bag.
volunteers having to vacuum
Church-
up the sanctuary after everybody has popcorn.
Listen, church is like the airport. There are no rules inside of church. You can have You have a donut,
That
coffee,
could not be less
popcorn.
true.
10 a.m. They're serving. The children's ministry is making burgers, flipping burgers.
I'm just saying, if there's popcorn during the sermon, who's complaining? I think if someone gave me a bag of popcorn and it's like, all right, I'm going to settle in here, I think I would probably focus even more because I have such a strong.
Well, but you got to hold it through worship.
physiological and cognitive. No, you do this after worship. You do it during the meet your neighbor time. You go get your popcorn, come take a seat,
Okay.
and then
But meet your neighbor is a hard minute. You can't go wandering out to the lobby, stand in line, and come.
You extend it. No, again, no
For
one's
popcorn
complaining.
time.
That's an intermission. That's literally just
cares?
intermission.
Yeah.
Jesse, if I ever became a pastor,
heaven forbid,
we're
more
allowed to
time
eat.
to talk. Exactly.
It's like going to iPick where you can order or they have those theaters that you can order food while watching the movie. That's how when I start my church one day, you're going to be able to order a burger, food while the sermon's going. You just get to enjoy it. Why not? Why can't we cross the rules here?
I don't want to go to a service that's so long there has to be an intermission and food break.
Well, you don't have to stand up during worship. You can eat.
You
Don't worry, you're good.
You don't have to eat it. You don't have to eat it. And if one person complains, Marty, you say, "Oh, well, go tell those 5,000 that we're chowing down on fish and bread during a pretty good sermon. I'm pretty sure they liked it. I'm pretty sure."
Yeah.
So you want to bring cinema cafes to church. You want to have.
Yes,
Why
that's
not?
what
Why not?
Me and Jesse are starting this new church.
You order
Yeah.
in the lobby before you go in, and they bring it to your seat during the service.
Yeah, there's
That's right.
waiters. You got to tip them. You got to tip them right.
Well, you got to tithe to them.
That's your tithe is the tip.
Yeah.
Maybe no. It's kids raising money for instead of doing the car
Mission
wash
trips.
for the youth mission trips. They're waiting.
And all that money, goes right
Youth group
back
kids.
into kids ministry. I love the
Yep.
idea. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
The youth
Wait, are
group
the kids the waiters now?
No. That's
child labor.
That's like Hillsong. We wouldn't do that. Let's just kidding. I'm sorry, but for real, like I just would love to have some type of food situation while, like, just some snacks, right? Well, why not? Like, okay, yeah, people
Why
are
not brunch?
crunching down.
Church
Why
is
not
like an
brunch?
airplane. You can bring your own snacks with you and eat them if you choose.
You could.
Why not?
Could.
Why not brunch? Why not a big brunch? People love brunch.
You're right.
Why
Some
not a
churches
big
are in
brunch?
theaters.
Listen, a lot of more traditional churches do have meals after the service, like down the
I'm saying
fellowship hall.
during. I'm saying during.
Yeah, no, I'm saying during too. I'm saying Jesse. Yeah, like some churches they meet in movies. Why can't I eat some Twizzlers while watching my pastor preach? I would love to have some Twizzlers.
If I'm out, like if you go to like a comedy club or whatever, I can order a big plate of French fries and eat it while I'm watching.
Yeah,
That's what
why
I'm
do we
saying.
have to be quiet during the sermon? Why can't we just enjoy it and laugh and be loud about it?
I think
Come
people-
to my church. That's the whole point. Is the pastor wants verbal
Yeah,
feedback?
I love that.
Are people eating brunch?
No, nobody's. Well, no, wait. We have a coffee shop in the lobby. People can grab a
No, I'm
croissant and coffee and bring it into the service.
I'm saying you need a big Southwest omelet right there.
I need a Western. Mid sermon, a Western being delivered to me with a nice
By a
cup
child
of coffee.
who's trying to raise money for the mission
Thank
trip.
you.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
And
you
you have
got
to, like,
tomatoes.
you send
Just
it back. Yeah.
Yeah. I need tomatoes. Can you bring it? You messed it up. Tell the chef.
I love it.
All right. Well, y'all let me know how y'all's church when it gets up and running, and
Yeah.
I'll see if I visit.
We're thinking through it.
All of that was because in Southern California, some people got baptized at the beach. That's how that all started.
No, we're still on The Chosen.
Oh, The Chosen. That's right.
Yeah.
That was because Marty's church experience. He's needing something more.
Bread of Life Church. Bread of Life Church. You know,
I love that.
It smells like a Panera when you walk in.
Yeah, it's a Michelin star church. It's amazing.
A loaves and fishes approach to ministry.
So it smells like fish when you walk in.
Fresh bread. Yeah, our fish of the day. Guess what? They walk up to you. They tell you, hey, we have cod. It's our fish of the day.
Yeah. Do we have, how many options do we have?
Chilean
here?
sea bass.
Chilean sea bass, halibut,
oh
cod,
my gosh.
some
eventually, at night service, we have a liquor license. Things just get, some real wine.
That's the young adult service. Yeah.
Yes. I'm digging this. I'm loving this idea. Bread of Life.
Why not? Tell me why not.
Ministries.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. Speaking of young adults,
Emily, you're an ordained minister. Tell us why not.
I never said I was an ordained minister. I said I could.
You're just qualified to
I could
baptize
technically
people.
baptize one person.
You're a rogue baptizer.
I was ordained. I had a one day. I officiated my cousin's wedding, and in order to do that, you have to be ordained. And the city will issue you. You can be ordained, but it expires within 24 hours.
Oh,
but having been ordained for 24 hours, I formally declare. Me and Marty's idea, totally biblical and awesome. And
well, it's not anti-biblical. Nobody would say it was anti-biblical.
We're having our own conclave right now.
I mean, listen, if you go back to New Testament church, it was like in houses, there would be meals, it's community.
I would love a hibachi going while he's really digging in. I'd be locked in.
When the numbers are your kid is having a problem in the nursery, the numbers are your order is ready.
It's like Waffle House. Like I want them hood hibachi. They're cooking in front of you, and you're like, yeah, okay.
And the kids are there entertained. They're watching little onion volcanoes. They're locked in. You don't need to worry about them misbehaving. The more we talk about this, the more I think we're on to something here, Marty.
I'm going to hibachi tonight.
I think
now.
attendance would be through the roof on this situation.
I think so too. Yeah.
You could just do like a men's group that does this, like get together at the hibachi each week.
No, we're talking about this is a Sunday morning thing. Look, I already got the marquee opening weekend. Man does not live by bread alone, but everyone's got to eat. And then it's what today's specials are. Right there.
Not the sermon this week. It's the specials during service.
No. They'll figure that out once it starts. Yeah.
We have Paul's plate where it's like, a certain type of fish. We're just thinking of it. Just the branding is going to be phenomenal.
I think if you're going biblical, it's a lot of fish. I mean, that's what Galilee was doing.
It's a seafood place.
It's Mediterranean food. It's a lot of vegetables, a lot of fish.
A lot of charcutes.
A lot of charcutes.
We're the first corporately owned chain restaurant church.
Yeah.
And so we have sponsors. We're owned by Bonefish Grill.
Yes.
We're owned by the people who started Bonefish Grill.
Which is where I'm going for Mother's Day lunch, actually.
Yes.
So there you
and
go.
Yard House. We're owned by those two.
See, it could have been two stones, one bird, two stones.
Bonefish Grill, church ministries.
Can we just have church at Bonefish? Then I don't have to go over there after service.
No, that's too crazy. We have to have the church.
Yeah. And there's also hot tubs.
Inflatable hot tubs.
That will occasionally baptize people, but this is just
the crawfish boils for 3 out of the 4 weeks, and then every 4th Sunday it's a hot tub baptism.
If you're offended by eating during a sermon, I get it. Just take a good long soak while you listen. That's all I'm saying.
You're not comfortable with the food, take a soak.
They're active hot tubs over in the corner, like a special seating area.
Why not?
Jacuzzi
Tell
setting
me why
is
not.
on.
It's like a drive-in movie theater. You stay in your car, but you're watching the thing. You're in your hot tub, but you're watching
the bathroom. Yeah. It's like soaking, enjoying it, mud baths.
It's just
we're
making
evolving
the experience more enjoyable.
We still downtown have a drive-in church. Like,
I love that.
Right in downtown, it's on a lakefront, and they have a drive-in service. And you pull into the parking lot, and all the cars are facing the lake, and you tune your radio to a certain frequency, and the service is happening on the lakefront, and you just sit in your car, which for the introvert in me sounds heavenly. I don't have to.
I love it.
I don't have to interact with anybody. You just the kids trying to raise money for the missions trip. They're washing your car while you're in there. I love it.
We have boat church by me. And Cameron, you've been to that they call it the Narrows, this stretch of beach that's kind of parked away that you can only get to by boat. But on Sunday mornings,
every Sunday? It's not like a once a year thing?
No, it's they do boat church every Sunday morning at the Narrows, and the church boat comes with the pastor, and he does the sermon out there. And Everyone, you can either park on the beach or kind of hang out on your own boat, but they do it right at that spot. We
I
went
love
there
that
day. Remember?
Yeah, of course.
I love
They do
that.
boat church here.
This is dirty water for church. I don't know.
I mean, it's the Lynnhaven Inlet. It's tidal. It'll wash out there with the tide. You're good.
Remember when we said this was going to be a really serious episode?
No, not serious, just more substance.
More
And we're
substance. Okay.
we're
Chosen.
fixing
All right,
church.
let's get back to the substance then. Okay.
Sorry, let's talk about turkey again. I'm sorry,
No, getting back to the substance, there is a study that I did want to talk to y'all about because it's interesting for where I'm at in my life. According to a new study, you're not really an adult until you're in your 30s. So
No, wait, I thought it was 18.
it's some people say 18, some say 21. There are neuroscientists, though, according to this new study, who say because your brain doesn't fully finish developing until your late 20s or early 30s, that it's pretty absurd to say that you can define adulthood by a certain age under 30. So, and honestly, it kind of seems like the world is agreeing with that when you take a step back and look at it. Like, people are getting married late 20s, early 30s now. Birth rates in their 20s are at the lowest. A lot of people in their 20s are still relying on their parents for financial help. And so psychologists are saying that your 20s should really be called emerging adulthood, where you're still developing, you're still figuring it out, and your brain has time to catch up to being an adult.
So basically, if you're 26, 27, and you feel like you've been passed by, your friends are further along in life than you, and you're frustrated or confused, cut yourself a break is what you're saying, because you're not even an adult yet for 5 more years. You're cool.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry.
got plenty of time.
Science. So,
So
according
take
to
that
science.
According to science.
So when your mom is nagging you about when you're going to move out, you'd be like, Mom, I'm not even an adult yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even launched my hibachi church yet, so just lay off.
Love it.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can use that as an excuse. I will be using that for the next 30 days while I'm still in my 20s. So feels good to have science to back it up.
Yeah.
Listen, I agree with it because I feel like, you know how they say with kids, there's like a certain moment where they become like conscious, like alive.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like when I hit 30. I feel like when I hit 30, everything just got better in my life. I don't want to be in my 20s. I don't want to be in my teens. If I could just stay in my 30s, if I could stay 36 forever, I would do it. I love it. Love where my body's at. Love where my mind's at. Love where everything is at. 30s has been good to me. 20s, there's too much hormones going around. There's too much stuff happening and a lot of pressure to figure out your future. In your 20s, you're just still a kid. 30s is where it's at.
Marty, can I tell you, we all love where your body's at right now. So
it means a lot to me. I'm just going to take off my... We're going right in jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Nope. Keep that polo shirt on.
I have a jacuzzi behind me now.
You're
Hold on.
ready for Sunday morning.
Okay, moving on. Before we wrap up, Buzz, I do want to mention one more thing. Last week, I told y'all that No Big Deal had been selected as a top shelf finalist for the NPR 2025 Tiny Desk contest. Mm-hmm. And this week, it was announced that he was voted fan favorite for the second year in a row.
Again. So
they won't make him win because they don't have any money invested in him. That's why.
Well, that's my hesitation is that he yet again probably won't win the overall contest because he got fan favorite. Yeah. But this is crazy. 7,500 artists submitted for this NPR Tiny Desk contest. And 2 years in a row, No Big Deal was fan favorite.
Amazing.
And to be clear, they only started the fan favorite last year. So he is the only
fan favorite
artist who
at
can
this
say
point,
he's a fan
they
favorite.
still should have him on the show. Like, what's going on here?
I'm like 2 years in a row. Like, come on. That feels...
He's going to win 3 times in a row? That's what's going to take for him to get
He's
going to
be like, in the NBA reference, Mac McClung winning the All-Star Slam Dunk competition every year, but he can't make an NBA roster.
I was just going to say that reference.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah. All right, well, that'll do it for Relevant Buzz. Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com every day, where we are covering the intersection of faith, culture, and everything in between. Thanks, Emily. All right, stay tuned. Up next, Mike Foster and John Cena join us. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way His Spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose the Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold. Well, today we are joined by Mike Foster. He's an author, he's a counselor and an executive coach. He has a book called The 7 Primal Questions. Totally impacted me. Hearing Mike share about the 7 primal questions is so eye-opening. Reading the book is an incredibly healing and helpful thing. I would highly recommend it. Go to Amazon, 7 Primal Questions. Anyway, Emily sat down with them to dig deeper into the primal questions, and Mike shared how everyone can grow in all areas of their life with this simple question. Here's our conversation with Mike Foster.
Well, the 7 primal questions is a really intriguing concept, and I think the best place to start is what exactly are the questions and what is the purpose for them?
Yeah, so 5 years of research, over 100,000 assessments, 7,000 hours of one-on-one interviews. And it's all about coming to this model called the 7 primal questions that helps us understand what drives us, what motivates us, why we do what we do. And really the framework says the reason why we do what we do is that there is an unmet need driving everything. There's an unmet need driving our emotions, our feelings, our behaviors, our choices, how we see ourselves, how we see our gifts, how we do relationships. And so the 7 primal questions are really language to help us understand what that unmet need is through the power of a question. And so the 7 questions, I'll give them to you real quick on what they are. And first question is the question, am I safe? Which has to do with emotional and physical protection. It's really that core need for emotional and physical protection. Know that we're not going to get hurt, okay? Question number 2, primal question number 2 is, am I secure? Which has to do with, do I have enough resource? Money, typically money, but not always money, but I have enough resource around me to protect myself. There's the question number 3, am I loved? Which is the core need to feel known, seen, and heard. Primal question number 4 is, am I wanted? The need to feel connected, to belong, to be a part of a tribe, to be welcomed and pursued. Question number 5 is, am I successful? And this is the need for achievement, to win, to feel accomplished in what you're doing. Question number 6 is the primal question, am I good enough? Which has to do with feeling valuable or worthy, to feel the sense of that I have a right to be in the world, and I bring something of value and worth to the world. And then question number 7 is the question, do I have purpose? And this is the core need to have significance and impact in the work that we're doing. And so all 7 of those questions, again, are a tap to a fundamental need that you have as a human being. And what the research shows is 2 things. Number 1, that question gets imprinted in our early childhood. So it's a question that you've been asking for a very long time. And number 2, that pretty much everything is tied to whether that question is answered with a yes. And when it's answered with a yes, life is good. But when it's answered with a no, that need goes unmet. That question gets answered with a no or a maybe. You go into what I call the scramble. And the scramble is all the ways that we have figured out how to force the answer back to a yes in an unhealthy way. And so, again, there's nothing wrong with the need, but it's really important that we understand how that question, that primal question, is influencing our life today.
What led you to this research? Was there a personal moment that started you on this journey to discovering this framework?
Yeah, so I'm an executive coach, and I work with high performers, people who are wanting to make a dent in the universe. And this actually flowed from a particular coaching session where I was working with an incredible woman, incredible talent, gifted woman. And one of the things that she was getting tripped up on was her husband was coming home 10 or 15 minutes late from work. And her husband was scrolling on his phone while they were watching Netflix together. And she was experiencing a lot of frustration and angst around this. And as we're having this conversation, like, this doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Like, why is this bothering you? Okay. Pretty normal things like getting home from work a little bit late. And literally in that moment, I just asked her, I said, hey, it feels like you're asking another question here. You're asking something of your husband that he's not doing a very good job answering. And the question that we kind of landed on in that moment was the question of whether she was loved or not, whether her husband wanted to see her, know her, listen to her. And so, like, some of these actions that he was demonstrating and doing in the relationship were creating an answer to that question of no or maybe. And so I just saw that as a really helpful thing, because she's like, that's exactly what I want to know. That's exactly what I'm asking of my husband. And then we started unpacking how that question has actually played a very significant role in all of her relationships. Okay. Not only the one with her husband, but also with her friends and with her parents. And so I just started pulling on that string and found just so much is connected to a singular question that we're trying to get answered with a yes in our lives, and how impactful it is. And again, the reason why it's impactful, as with my client that I was talking with, as with me and Emily with you, and with whatever our question is, because it's a question that got imprinted early on in us. And so oftentimes the things from our childhood carry over into our adult lives, and we never take a look at those things. We never see how those things are influencing us. And so what was really helpful for her was it gave her this opportunity to step back and go, okay, this is actually a really important question. This is a really important thing that I need to be aware of, that's driving my life. And it gives us this new sense of empowerment when we understand the question, and then how we deal with the question being answered with a no or a maybe. The other thing that's really powerful too that happened in the research, Emily, is there's a beautiful gift and superpower that comes from our questions. Sometimes these things with, it's all about, oh, these are the problems I need to fix in me. Okay, I got to fix my primal question. I got to, work on my, being triggered when I get into my scramble because somebody answers my primal question. No, it's all this like kind of heavy work. But there's this really important part of the model that I want to point out. And that's what we call the primal gift. And what the research shows is that we take our question and we put it over everybody else and assume that they're asking the same question. And then what we do is we answer our own primal question for other people in a really powerful way. So it's almost like, think of it this way, Emily. The thing that you need most is the thing that you most want to give away to others. So if your core need, like my question is, am I safe? So my core need is safety. And I'm assuming everybody else wants safety too. And so my superpower is helping people feel safe, okay? Helping people feel protected. If, let's say your primal question, Emily, is, am I wanted? Okay. And I don't know that because we haven't talked, but let's say it is. Well, you're going to take your primal question, am I wanted? And you put it over the entire world and everybody you interact with. And you are going to be awesome at answering that question with a yes, because the thing that you need most is the thing that you most want to give away. So you have this power of creating connection and noticing the outsider and creating this followership. And so there's this very powerful gift that comes from our own core need. And that's really an exciting way to live, not only in the sense of self-awareness, but also our strengths.
Now, you mentioned how these questions can help us understand interpersonal relationships. How can understanding our primal question help us grow in our relationship with God?
Great question. Yeah. So one of the things that I believe, and I'm not a theologian by any stretch of the imagination, but one of the things I think is actually very true, because I've experienced this in my own relationship with God, is that oftentimes our relationship with God is based on our primal question. So let me give you an example. So for me, my primal question is, am I safe? And I believe most of my relationship with God and his relationship with me is him wanting to answer that question with a yes. And the thing that means most to me in my own spiritual life, protection, safety, the scriptures that talk about him being my refuge, my protector, my fortress, to know that that everything's going to be okay. Those are the things that are most meaningful to me in my relationship with God, and the worship songs that we may sing, or the scriptures that I read. And so having somebody think about, again, their greatest need, whatever the question might be, am I successful? Am I secure? Am I loved? Am I good enough? That God wants to answer that with 1,000 yeses every single day. And allowing him to speak into that part of your life. Again, allowing him to speak to the deepest core need that you have as a human being.
How would you say Christians can use this framework in community with each other?
Yeah, so it's really interesting because I think I love self-awareness, but I don't love it more than the deployment of that awareness into the world. And I think the most basic kind of low-hanging fruit here is how we do relationships. And if we can see somebody's question and understand that question, it makes us so much more effective in that relationship. And so as a Christian, my goal would be, I want that need met in the people that I care about. Okay. And I actually, as a Christian, want to participate in meeting that need. So Emily, if your question is, am I good enough? I want to make sure our relationship is built around you understanding how much I value you. And if I knew that affirming you and encouraging you is how you receive yeses to that question, then obviously in that relationship, I would want to do a lot of that and be very clear that that means a lot to you. But here's what we typically do. Again, we take our question and we put it over everybody else. And we assume that's the way they want to have a relationship with me. So I just think, if I can make you feel safe, isn't that what you want? And Emily's going, no, I actually want to feel valued and worthy and good enough. And so being aware of somebody's need and aware of someone's primal question is probably the most loving thing that we can do in a relationship. And it's also the pathway to have a robust, healthy relationship with that person. And so, I use this tool in marriages. And what I tell couples is that the reason why you have conflict and arguments and friction in your relationship is because you are unintentionally answering each other's primal question with a no or a maybe. Okay. And if you could get very clear in terms of your communication, like how to answer your spouse's primal question with a yes, or how they can answer your question with a yes, all of a sudden the relationship is thriving and working again. And that's whether it's a romantic relationship, a work relationship, a friendship. Listen, this is also what I know very clearly, and I want to state this as clearly as possible. You cannot be in a long-term relationship with anyone who continually answers your primal question with a no. Okay? It's just not going to work. You will not work for a boss. You will not stay in a marriage. You will not be friends with somebody who continually answers your primal question with a no. So this gives us some new language as in friendship and in community to say, help me understand your primal question so I can get better at affirming that with a yes, instead of accidentally answering it with a no or a maybe, or just attuning to you through my own primal question.
Some people listening to this might think this is similar to a personality assessment, like the Enneagram or maybe Myers-Briggs. How would you say primal questions are different from other personality assessments? So great question. And I think that I love all kinds of assessments and tools that create awareness. I always joke that if the 5 love languages and strength finders got together and had a very attractive child, that's what the 7 primal questions would be. So I think in many ways, like we're all talking about similar things. And the thing that I think is very powerful about the primal question is it's not complicated. It's very, very simple. I share this with people, 10, 15 minutes, and they're in many ways equipped and empowered to then share it with somebody else and actually do an assessment with somebody else with the 7 questions. So one of the things I think makes it different is that I think we're all trying to say the same thing and bring awareness to the things that are below the surface. But where this might differ is it's not so much about personality. It's not so much around emotions and feelings or behaviors or anything like that. Really, the thing that we hyper focus on and that we want to have crystal clear is the unmet need and how it drives everything. It is the atomic part of matter, right? And it is like the core. And so often, and when we understand the core, then it's just like we understand everything. We see the matrix. One of my favorite sayings that I use in my own life is, I'm on to me. Okay, so like when I see myself getting agitated or frustrated or judgy or, in my scramble, it's like, oh, I know what's going on here. I know I'm on to me. I don't feel safe right now. And so with that clarity comes action. And action is how we create transformation, not only in our own lives, but in the world that we live in. And so, I love the Enneagram. I love strength finders, but if it's just about self-awareness and just a little bit more knowledgeable about myself, that's not enough in my opinion. It's like, now what are we going to do with it? Even Strength Finder says this. It's you can know your strengths, all 5 strengths, and have the results of this assessment. But if you are not utilizing and deploying those strengths in the workplace, then who cares? I am curious, as you've been working with people and finding out their questions for years now, is there a particular primal question that appears more than the others?
That's a great question. So there's three that come up most often. And they're about the same weight in terms of the results from the assessments. And it's question 1, am I safe? Question 3, am I loved? And question 6, am I good enough? Now, one of the interesting things is certain communities or groups have different questions that tend to congregate. So, for example, Christians actually weight more heavily on a 6 and a 7. If you grew up in a Christian home, you tend to relate that there tends to be a greater number of those results. If you grew up, let's say sports athletes tend to have a lot of Q5s, am I successful? So we can even see, like, in terms of, and I think this is all around the gift part. The thing that you need most is the thing that you give away. So, like Kobe Bryant, Q5, right? Without question, am I successful is the questions that's driving his life. And Michael Jordan and Tom Brady and Tiger Woods and Serena Williams, you look at these people and it's clearly the need to succeed and win is driving their lives. And so, like, within sports context, you're going to see a lot of Q5s. In religious context, you're probably going to see a lot of Q6s and Q7s. Maybe you grew up in a more legalistic, God's angry with you, God doesn't really like you unless you do the right things. Get a lot of that messaging. You could see, and just like being a good kid, you got to be a good kid. You could see how, like, a Q6 and maybe some of that criticism around, like, not being good enough or not being perfect, that can, again, I'm not here to blame parents and I'm not here to critique that, but it's just understanding of how the question gets imprinted. Because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not measuring up now. I'm not measuring up to God's standards. I'm not measuring up to my parents' standards. I'm not measuring up to the church's standards. So a Q6 could certainly play out in terms of that imprint. Then also we'd look at Q7s. A lot of time there's this language around God's going to do great things in your life. He's going to have you save the world, rescue, all this sort of stuff. And so, like, you have this picture around purpose that maybe is a bit over indexed and maybe not built out in a healthy way. And so, again, this striving for purpose, have I missed God's purpose in my life because now I'm just working on spreadsheets every day as a CPA, okay, whatever. So, and then you would look at, if you grew up in a competitive home, well, the imprint there, winning, success, and could be competitive around scholastics, sports, felt like there was a scoreboard in your house and you had to make sure you're putting runs on the board. You could see how the question of am I successful gets imprinted. And so I think we can look at certain contexts of that early childhood experience and say, okay, what's playing out in those dynamics is going to have certain questions come to the forefront in terms of those particular contexts. And then the fun part about it is it's not saying anything's wrong with you because you have that question. It's saying, okay, you also have this really beautiful gift to bring to the world. It's like Christians have this great gift to remind people how worthy and valuable they are in God's eyes. Christians have this, which we question 6. Question 7, Christians have this great vision and want to do significant work in the world. Like, that's a beautiful thing that comes from those two questions. Again, firefighters and police, and they have this great gift that they bring security and safety to others. And so we want to just understand the large picture of both the early childhood imprint, take a look what was happening there. We want to look at the gift and how that's deployed into the world. And then we also want to understand ourselves. What is the thing that most shakes our emotional snow globe when somebody gives us a no? What's going on there? Understand the need that drives everything. The primal question is the thing underneath the thing that drives everything.
That was Mike Foster. Make sure to check out his book, 7 Primal Questions. It's available on Amazon. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's One Has to Go. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. Okay, it's time for...
One has to go.
Okay, you guys know the game. I'm going to give you 4 things, and you're going to tell me which one has to go. All right, Jesse, you're up first. Okay, graduation season gifts. Here we go. Cash in a card, an inspirational book, college merch you'll never wear, or a framed Bible verse. One has to go.
Inspirational book for sure. I feel like that genre is a little oversaturated right now. You know, I feel like, look, I go listen to Huberman Lab or something if I want a little inspiration. Give me
direction, life direction, that kind of thing. Yeah.
And whatever that college merch is, trust me, you'll circle back. You'll want that. When your college is, randomly gets in some televised game, you're gonna want something to slide on.
Literally, when ORU made Sweet 16, Elite 8 a couple years ago, I dug tubs out and got my old ORU basketball shirts out, acting like I've been a fan all along. You will. All right, Marty, college regrets. It's graduation time right now.
Good. I have so many regrets.
Couple college things here. College regrets: a random roommate, 8 a.m. classes, college relationship, or being a philosophy major. One has to go. So a random roommate, 8 a.m. classes, college relationship, in quotes, or being a philosophy major.
I had a lot of random relationships, and I'd probably say those have to go.
Oh.
They got to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
My Jesse's still in his college relationship.
Yeah. Going strong.
I had a big college relationship.
Everyone's trying to find themselves. This is a different time. It's like
you got these
just
undeveloped brains running around.
Yeah.
My college relationship was so scarring that I didn't date for 4 years afterwards. So there you go. All right, Emily, here we go. Types of French fries: thin cut, curly, waffle, or crinkle. One has to go.
This is really tough because I love a good potato and I love all fries equally. However, I'm probably going to get rid of crinkle.
You're insane.
Good
what are you
crinkles.
talking about? The Ore-Ida crinkle fries? Those are incredible.
That's like classic. That's like the classic.
That's it. Like, no matter what I pick, there's going to be
You can get rid of curly fries. Who needs curly fries? You got waffle.
No, I love curly fries. Those are so fun. I love a fun potato.
You like the springiness of it?
Yeah, it's fun. I want to have fun. And crinkle.
I feel like the curly fry is the least efficient way to cut a potato. I feel like there's a lot of waste.
I associate them with establishments that probably the curly fry is the only good thing they serve.
Arby's?
Arby's, Carnival, State Fair, Fairgrounds. I feel like those are big curly fry territories.
See, maybe I picked curly because I get them at like carnivals or something. So there's like a nostalgia factor to it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stand by it.
All right. Jesse, deli meats: turkey, ham, roast beef, or salami. One has to go.
Same again.
Turkey, ham, roast beef, or salami.
Oh, it's got to be salami.
Yeah, no
salami.
Really?
It gets slimy the fastest.
Salami.
The Italians offended over here.
Yeah. And I'll be
gabagool.
Italian for a minute. We got to keep the salami.
We got to get rid of ham. Why would you put why'd you put a little olive in there? Like
I agree with you on that.
Beef.
Actually,
it's all
It's
pink.
delicious.
I don't eat. It's all pink meat.
No, I rank lunch meats on which ones get slimiest the fastest. Salami's almost slimy by default, so get it out.
I think you're picking the wrong salami.
It's sweating.
You don't want your
True Italian.
meat sweaty. You don't want sweaty meats.
No,
Yeah.
unless it's on my charcuterie board as the appetizer coming into worship on Sunday morning. Get it out. Get it out.
All right. We were talking about movie snacks earlier. So Marty, popcorn, Sour Patch Kids, nachos with the fake cheese, or peanut M&Ms. One has to go.
It's probably going to be peanut M&Ms. It's going to have to go. I can't get rid of the nacho cheese. I love that.
Right.
Sour Patch Kids, something different, just to take the edge off.
Popcorn.
And then popcorn it's sacrilegious to not get popcorn. What do you?
I mean, church wouldn't even be church without popcorn.
Yeah. What are you, a communist?
Yeah.
Gotta have popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jump to communism?
Emily, sandwich breads. We had meats a minute ago. Now we're going bread. Sourdough, brioche, rye, or ciabatta.
Rye. Get
Rye
that out of
has
here.
to go. Yeah, get rye out of here.
Get that out of here.
Yeah.
A Reuben on marbled rye?
I have a bread maker, and
Okay, you
rye smells
listed
the worst.
one meal that I need rye for.
Yeah, it's the only one, and I could easily sub it out for some sourdough and not really think
Or
twice
ciabatta.
about it. Yeah.
Ciabatta can't
a
be
patty
beat.
melt on rye.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't order patty melts that often. So,
It tastes just as good on sourdough. It just does.
Yeah,
I could
sourdough's
just go,
definitely
or
the
I could
best
just
one.
go without the patty melt. I could just get something else because honestly, when's the last time I ordered a patty melt somewhere?
Get a Monte Cristo. No?
I would
Cameron,
have
right
patty
now
melts.
you are finding problems looking for a solution, my friend. No one's ordering patty melts.
That's the best thing. You're finding problems, looking for solutions.
Okay, so the next one is sandwiches that have to go. Patty melt. No,
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. All
That would be
right, here
great.
we go. Jesse, pizza toppings, pepperoni, mushrooms, sausage, or green peppers. One has to go.
Wow, that's tough. I'm going to go back to the sausage. I think we're good on spiced meats. I think we can. I think spices and meats can live in different worlds.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
surprised you didn't go with the green pepper.
Yeah,
Why do I need
that was
Santa
an
Fe
easy
pizza?
layup.
No, it's a great,
Mushrooms
it's
for
a-
me.
No,
You can get
it's a
that
great
up.
texture. You get the crunch anyway.
Mushrooms is a fungus that grows on
I was
wet
talking about the green.
logs.
I
No.
was talking about the green peppers.
Oh, okay,
Mushrooms are delightful.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It grows on wet logs. Why do you need that on your food?
I'm not eating it on a log. I'm eating it on a pizza, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the,
nice
that's the,
cheese
that's the
pizza.
problem. Someone's putting a wet log on your pizza. I'm telling you, just get the mushroom on
Yeah.
there.
Stop eating wet log pizzeria.
All right, Marty, pancake toppings, maple syrup, whipped cream, blueberries, or chocolate chips. One has to go.
I'm gonna say whipped cream. I don't want whipped cream on my pancakes. Just what does it look like? A milkshake? Let me just throw some blueberries on and call it a day.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I can say no to syrup too. Who are you?
That's
we're go-
crazy.
I'm in a food zone here. This will be the last
clearly.
food one, and then final round we'll do something
Kind
else.
of goes
But
to the theme of the show. So
Emily, one has to go. Hair transplants, beard I'm joking. Okay, here we go. Final food one. Potato chip flavors, sour cream and onion, barbecue, salt and vinegar, or jalapeno.
Salt and vinegar.
You are insane.
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are.
I've
Wait,
lost
whoa.
a tremendous amount of respect for you.
Emily, I'm with you on this one. I don't like salt and vinegar.
Yeah,
I like
they're-
salt. No
I
vinegar.
don't like the vinegar. It's gross. I gotta have barbecue, sour cream and onion. I know it's gonna make my breath
It's
smell
an acquired
rank,
taste.
but it's so
sour
good.
cream and onion. It's out of here. It's out of here.
No,
Just
I
get
love
the
a
dip.
good sour cream and
Just get the
onion.
dip. If, you know.
I
didn't
agree
dip
with that,
it.
actually.
Yeah. If
Not
you
that
want
it's
Dip is
bad,
better.
but
The
like
dip
a-
is better, but yeah.
Yeah.
Barbecue, sometimes you just want a good barbecue chip.
Yeah, you gotta-
Jalapeno, a little zesty. I love it. Salt and
Yeah.
vinegar all day long.
And
Sour
what I'm
cream and
saying is,
onion.
I mean, you're not dipping a chip in barbecue sauce, but you are dipping it. If there's a socially acceptable dip, just go with the dip. My point.
I like it. That's good. All right, last round. Here we go. Jesse, you're up first. Game shows. Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, The Price is Right, or Family Feud. One has to go.
Steve Harvey literally does them all.
I would say Wheel of Fortune for sure. I feel like
Okay, Wheel of Fortune though is fun when they have,
It's classic.
no offense, really dumb contestants on there who like the answer is so painfully obvious and they just don't know the word. Like that cracks me up every time.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. When those guys like that one, there's this one guy who like totally sits this really offensive. Didn't even fit into the squares,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "What?" Like
It's like
I love
you just wanted
idiots
to say
like that.
Yeah.
yeah, I like laughing with the people like Steve Harvey. I don't like laughing at them. Like you
Steve Harvey
cruel-
looks at the camera for about 30 minutes of an hour-long show. He's just
Him and like early Jon Stewart, they just stopped and Jon Stewart, they just stopped delivering punchlines. Like Jon Stewart would just read the preposterous headline and stare at the camera and like slowly ball up a piece of paper in his hand and stab his pen. They just stopped doing punchlines. Steve Harvey long discovered that's what you just got to do when things get ridiculous. Just
the other thing is with Family Feud, I don't mean to be a prude, but like you put it on 7 o'clock with the kids around, whatever, it is off color 90% of the time.
It started becoming like that. Have you guys noticed that? It has. It
way
really
too much
has.
sex.
I was watching it with, it's like all these like situations that are sexually, but but then they're like, no, it's not. It's like, what's your favorite position? And it's like the guy's going sexual and he's like, I meant sitting Indian style, you know, like they trick you.
Yeah. My family tried out for Family Feud, but we didn't make it because we did not give very good answers for the responses.
Just brutally honest.
Pretty essential requirement.
Yeah, it was tough.
They used to film Family Feud, the Steve Harvey Family Feud here in Orlando at a soundstage at Universal Studios. And so like you'd be just at the park for the day and you could like sign up to either try to be a contestant or be in the audience and stuff. So I watched a couple of shows.
That's
I got to see the taping. They film like 9 in a row because it takes like 10 minutes to do a whole show. But anyway. All right, Marty. Classic sports movies. Remember the Titans, Space Jam, The Sandlot, or Friday Night Lights? One has to go.
Ooh, wow. Say that one more time. That's
Remember
a rough
the
one.
Titans.
Okay, that's not going.
Space Jam, The Sandlot, or Friday Night Lights?
I'm going to say, and I know I'm going to get beaten up for this one, but Friday Night Lights has to go. I'm sorry. I can't get rid of Space Jam. That soundtrack is phenomenal. I can't get rid of Remember the Titans, and I can't get rid of The Sandlot. It's a very important
movie
movie for me.
Because if people aren't a Friday Night Lights mood, they're just going to fire up the TV show.
The TV show is so much better.
The TV show is better.
It really is. The movie really actually doesn't hold up. The way we think it does, it really actually doesn't. So
TV show was it. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Emily, last one. Types of Instagram posts. Baby announcement, vacation photo dump, just felt cute selfie, or a Bible verse with no caption. One has to go. Baby announcement, vacation photo dump, just felt cute selfie, or a Bible verse with no caption.
I think I'm going to go vacation simply because I always get jealous when people post their vacation pictures and it makes me so mad.
The just felt cute. You gotta go.
I agree with that one.
That one could go too. But you know what? If you're feeling cute, I get it. You don't
give me a reason why you want to feel cute, and maybe vacation's that reason.
I'll say this: if you're posting, I just felt cute posts every week, that should go. But if it's like once every blue moon, I'm fine with it.
The felt cute one feels like you went through a breakup and you're
it's very
trying to show your
mom-ish.
glow up to the person who broke your heart.
I support my girls who are.
It's very single mom territory.
I like the Bible verse ones because it lets me know about the mental state of the person and what they're going through at that
that's
time.
staying there.
Yeah. It's always
like,
coded.
Vengeance will be mine, saith the Lord. Oh,
especially,
okay.
Yeah, no, especially
Always
no
coded.
caption. It's like, okay, so who are we
It's
talking about?
passively aggressive meant for someone.
Or
Baby
someone.
mama coded.
Yeah.
1000%.
And I love a good passive aggressive one. So,
All right. Well, that'll do it for this week's.
One has to go.
Well, thanks again to Mike Foster for joining us today. Make sure to check out his book, The 7 Primal Questions, which is available now. Also, make sure to follow Relevant Podcast on Instagram. It's at Relevant Podcast. We're posting clips from the show. We do interactive One Has to Goes pretty much every day of the week. We're posting a One Has to Go. You guys have had some very surprising answers. You do not agree with the cast most of the time. It's really fun. Again, it's at Relevant Podcast on Instagram. Follow Relevant on all the other socials as well. Relevant Magazine on Instagram. We're posting a ton. A lot happening on that account. And obviously TikTok and Facebook and YouTube Shorts and all the stuff. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
We'll see you next Friday. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Make sure to check out our coverage at the intersection of faith, life, and culture every day at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, don't miss our latest digital issue. Issue 116 features Nate Bargatze, Connor Price, and a lot more. And don't forget Relevant Plus. It's the best way to experience our content, including ad-free reading, an ad-free version of this podcast, and more. You can get all the info and sign up at relevantmagazine.com.
So when we're doing like the chapter breakdowns for this episode, it's Turkish beard implants, John Cena physical imperfection insecurities, Mike Foster celebrity therapy sessions, and then somehow we circled back to the beard implants again. All right, we're off to a good start.
Relevant Podcast Network.